Mafia boss mocked Maid. Save my empire, and I'll give you $500 million. Then she did the impossible. But before that impossible moment, his empire almost died. And it started with one bullet. From the one person he trusted most. Night. Rain hitting the ground like broken glass. Inside an abandoned warehouse, Morano Vale stands surrounded by smoke and betrayal. His own men are down. Blood stains his shirt. His breath is sharp and angry. He presses a hand to his wound. He's losing blood fast. Across the room, a shadow steps forward. A familiar voice. You should have seen this coming, Morano. Morano freezes. His jaw clenches. This is the voice that once fought beside him. A brother. A friend. Someone he raised to power. The betrayal stabs deeper than the bullet. Morano lifts his gun. But he's too weak. Too slow. The traitor smirks, weapon aimed at Morano's heart. The Viper Dominion is mine now. Morano's vision blurs. He tastes metal. Rage burns under his ribs. Not fear. Not pain. Just fury. His empire is cracking, and he can't stop it. A shot fires. The building shakes. Morano crashes to the ground, gasping. He forces out one final vow, voice trembling with anger. Whoever helps me rise again, I will give them the world. The screen fades. The sound of rain grows louder. A door slams somewhere far away. And this is the night that leads him to Talia Rose, the quiet maid he will mock, the girl he will underestimate, the only person he never saw coming. The echo of Morano's vow fades into darkness. And miles away, in a tiny, cracked apartment window, a soft light flickers on. Talia Rose wakes before the sun, not because she wants to, but because life leaves her no choice. She moves quietly, so she won't wake her little brothers. Tucks a thin blanket around her sick mother. Checks the medicine bottle. It's almost empty again. Her chest tightens. Money runs from her life the same way people do. Fast, without looking back. Talia ties her worn shoes, grabs her maid uniform, and whispers, "Just one more day? Please." Volcrest Hotel stands like a palace she'll never belong to. Gold walls, marble floors, guests with eyes that cut through people like they're nothing. To them, she is nothing. A maid. A shadow. Someone trained to stay silent. Rule 1. Never speak unless spoken to. Rule 2. Never look the powerful ones in the eyes. Rule 3. Never draw attention to yourself. Break one rule, and you're gone. Talia has seen it happen. One wrong glance, one nervous stutter, and a maid disappears from the schedule like she never existed. So she keeps her head down, hands behind her back, steps small and quiet, because powerful men scare her. Their cold voices, their demands, their eyes that see maids as trash. But today, something feels different, heavier. The supervisors rush through the lobby whispering. A VIP in the top suite. No one goes in unless assigned. Be careful. Very careful. Talia swallows hard. Her name sits at the bottom of the housekeeping list, until a pin drags across the paper, and suddenly, she is assigned to the top floor suite, the one everyone fears, the one filled with dangerous, powerful guests. Her breath stumbles. A small whisper escapes her. Why me? But no answer comes. Only the cold elevator doors sliding open, waiting to carry her straight into the path of the wounded Mafia king who will soon mock her, break her, and change her life forever. The elevator doors close around Talia, and something shifts in the air. Cold, heavy, wrong. As she rises floor by floor, whispers drift up from the lobby, soft at first, then sharp enough to cut through the corridor. Dangerous guests arrive today. Security doubled overnight. Someone important, someone deadly. Don't go near the top floor if you value your job. Talia steps out onto the hallway carpet. But it doesn't feel like a hotel anymore. It feels like a trap. Guards in black suits stand at every corner. Eyes frightening. Hands near their weapons. She looks down quickly. Her heart taps faster. Her palms turn cold. Even the air seems to bow to someone's presence. Someone powerful enough to twist the entire hotel into silence. Footsteps echo behind her. Two staff whisper fast. He checked in at 3 a.m. They say he's wounded. He's not a regular VIP. He's something darker. Talia freezes. The name she hears next feels like ice sliding down her spine. Morano Vale. A ghost. A rumor. A shadow in the criminal world. She doesn't know him. Doesn't know his face. Doesn't know his empire is cracking. But she knows the fear in the staff's voices. Morano Vale is the kind of man you never want to meet. Never want to stand near. Never want to anger. And yet, his presence is everywhere. In the tightened security. In the locked doors. In the way even supervisors walk faster, avoiding eye contact. The entire floor feels like it's holding its breath. Talia's throat tightens. She whispers to herself. Just clean and leave. Don't look at him. Don't talk. Don't shake. But the closer she gets to the suite, the stronger the weight becomes. Like a shadow is waiting behind that door. Watching. Listening. Ready. Her fingers tremble as she lifts her hand and knocks softly on the door that will change everything. Her knuckles barely touch the door when a low voice from inside cuts through the silence. Enter. Not warm. Not welcoming. A command. Talia pushes the door open, and the world seems to stop. The suite is dim, curtains half closed. The air smells like iron and danger. And there, standing near the window, is a man built from shadows. Tall, cold, lethal. Blood stains his shirt. A bullet wound presses dark against his side. But his eyes are sharp enough to slice through her fear. He turns slowly, looks at her like she's a mistake in his room. Talia lowers her gaze immediately. Sir, I'm here to clean. Silence. Then a cold, mocking laugh slips from his lips. This is what they send me? A shaking maid. Her breath catches. He steps closer. Not fast, just enough to make her feel small. Look at your hands. His voice is calm, dangerous. You're trembling like a child. Talia hides her hands behind her back. His gaze narrows. Pathetic. The word hits her harder than a slap. She nods quickly, trying to move to the table, trying to work, trying to disappear. But her foot knocks a wine bottle. It rolls and crashes against the marble. Red spreads across the floor. Talia freezes. Morano watches the spill, then looks at her slowly, like he's enjoying her panic. He walks toward her, each step deliberate, heavy, cruel. Do you know how much this floor costs? His voice is silk wrapped around a knife. More than your entire life. Her knees weaken. She drops to the ground, scrubbing desperately. Tears sting her eyes. Morano tilts his head, studying her humiliation like entertainment. Cry harder, he murmurs. Maybe your tears will clean faster. Her throat tightens. A small sob escapes. He kneels slightly, grabbing her chin between two fingers, forcing her to look up at him. His face is inches from hers. Cold. Unmoving. Power in human form. Remember this moment, Maid. A slow smirk curves on his lips. This is the closest someone like you will ever get to someone like me. Her chest aches. Humiliation burns through her. He lets go of her chin, like she's nothing, and straightens. Dominance. All his. Fear. All hers. The imbalance is overwhelming. And yet, something else stirs in the air. A danger neither of them sees coming. A danger already walking down the hallway. The danger neither of them sees coming. Arrives. Fast. A sound slices through the hallway. Bang. Then another. Bang. Bang. Talia flinches, dropping the cloth from her hand. Morano's head snaps toward the door. Eyes sharp, deadly alert. Shadows move under the doorframe. Boots. Fast. Rushing. Morano's voice drops to a low growl. No. The door blasts open. Gunmen flood the suite. Black masks. Heavy rifles. Eyes locked on Morano Vale. Morano pushes himself upright, every movement sharp with pain, but his arrogance stays perfectly intact. With a snap of his fingers, two silent men in black appear, ghosts from hidden corners of the suite. Talia startles, but Morano only smirks. Lesson 1, he says, voice low, amused. In my world, people appear before you realize you're in danger. They escort the two of them through a private service elevator Talia never even knew existed. The doors shut with a metallic finality. As they descend, Talia watches the city lights fall away. The deeper they go, the colder the air becomes. The elevator opens into another universe. A hidden underground compound stretches before her. Industrial steel corridors, biometric locks, surveillance screens flickering with coded activity. Men sharpen weapons. Others whisper in foreign languages. Every wall hums with secrets. Talia clutches herself, feeling painfully small. Morano observes her reaction with a slow, cutting smile. Welcome to the part of the city your world pretends doesn't exist. He nods toward a room where crates of weapons line the walls. Sleek rifles, custom pistols, even blades engraved with symbols she doesn't understand. Guns everywhere, he says lightly. You'll get used to the sound of them. Talia steps hesitantly past a group of men arguing over encrypted codes on glowing screens. Morano leans closer, voice brushing her ear. Power here is a currency. Loyalty is a lie. And secrets. He taps her chin, forcing her to look ahead. Secrets decide who lives and who disappears. Talia feels eyes on her. Judging, measuring, doubting. Morano walks ahead, not bothering to see if she's following. Keep up, he orders. If you fall behind, you die behind. His world swallows her whole. Dangerous, sharp, merciless. And she realizes. She hasn't just stepped into his empire. She stepped into her first test. Talia forces herself to keep walking, her steps unsteady on the cold concrete floor. Every sound echoes. Metal, boots, hushed orders. Morano doesn't slow for her. He moves with the confidence of a man who owns every shadow around them. He stops in a dim room filled with maps, red markers, and surveillance screens showing different parts of the city. Without turning to her, he says, "Let's see what you're made of." Talia stiffens. She doesn't speak. Morano gestures toward a live camera feed. Armed men searching a nearby street. Those are the men who tried to kill me, he says calmly. Tell me what you notice. Talia stares at the screen, her heart pounding. She has no idea what she's supposed to say. She opens her mouth, then closes it again. Morano finally looks at her. Eyes sharp, cold. You're slow. His voice cuts like a blade. He circles her slowly, studying her the way a predator studies prey. I offer you $500 million, and you can't analyze a scene? He chuckles, cruel and mocking. Maybe I expected too much from a hotel maid. Talia swallows hard. His words hit deeper than she wants to admit. Morano stops behind her. Are you loyal? She hesitates. He notices. His breath brushes her ear. Wrong answer. He steps back and snaps his fingers. A man drags in a small metal case and opens it. Papers, coded files, photographs of rival factions. Morano pushes the case toward her with the tip of his shoe. Choose one file. His eyes burn into hers. If you choose wrong, I'll know you're useless. Talia's pulse spikes. He's not testing her skills. He's testing her fear, her loyalty, her obedience, her limits. She reaches out, hand trembling. Morano watches with icy amusement. Careful, he murmurs. One wrong move could get us both killed, but luckily, only one of us is replaceable. The humiliation stings, but something inside her snaps. With a shaky breath, she chooses a file. Morano lifts a brow. Surprised she dared to decide at all. He takes the file from her hand, glances at it, then smirks. He tosses it onto the table. You're not completely hopeless after all. He walks away like she's nothing. A pawn, a tool, a disposable piece in his empire. But Talia stands there, fists clenched, realizing something terrifying. Morano Vale isn't just testing her. He's trying to break her. Talia stays frozen long after Morano leaves the room, her pulse still thudding from his voice, his mockery, his test meant to break her. But instead of shattering, something inside her begins to harden. She wipes her eyes, breathes in deep, and follows quietly as Morano's men lead her back toward the hotel service corridors, the world she knows, the world where she is invisible. And that's when it hits her. Invisible. In the underworld, invisibility is a weakness. But in a hotel, it's the strongest weapon she has. She slips through back routes, staff elevators, and laundry hallways she has walked for years. Nobody looks twice. Nobody questions her. She blends into the walls, into the noise, into the routine. And in that silence, she begins to hear everything. Two men arguing near the loading dock. A whispered call in the storage room. A familiar guest booking under a fake name. Someone paying in cash, too much cash. Talia's ears sharpen. Her fear fades just a little. Her footsteps grow steadier. Every rumor, every code word, every suspicious movement. She catches it all. When she returns to Morano's temporary safe room, his men tense, but Morano doesn't even turn to look at her. If you're here to waste my time again. She cuts him off, voice steady despite her racing heart. Room 809. Two new guests arrived. They used a name from your list. And the man at the loading dock said something about a delivery at midnight that your enemies ordered. Silence. Morano finally turns. Slowly. His eyes lock on hers with a new expression. Not respect, not trust, but interest. How did you hear that? She lifts her chin. People don't notice maids. For the first time, Morano doesn't mock her. He steps closer, studying her like a puzzle he didn't expect to exist. She holds his gaze, because she's starting to realize. Maybe she isn't a pawn. Maybe she's the one advantage he never saw coming. Morano breathes out a cold, quiet laugh. So, the invisible girl wants to play the game. Talia doesn't answer. But inside, the fire that Morano tried to crush is rising, and he knows it. He just doesn't know what she'll do next. Morano's low laugh still hangs in the air as he studies her. The maid who should have broken, the girl he mocked only hours ago. Talia stands firm, breathing carefully, refusing to look away even though every instinct screams at her to. For a moment, the room feels too quiet. Then Morano turns, giving orders to his men with sharp, clipped precision. Check room 809 and find out who ordered that midnight delivery. His men move instantly. But Morano, he doesn't move at all. He's still watching her. Not with kindness, not with admiration, but with something sharper, something dangerous. A pull he cannot name. Talia shifts nervously under that gaze, clutching the hem of her uniform to steady her hands. She expects him to insult her again, to crush the tiny bit of confidence she managed to build. Instead, he steps closer. Too close. Close enough that she feels the coldness of his presence wrap around her like a shadow. You should have been shaking on the floor, he murmurs, voice deep, quiet. But instead, you bring me intel my men missed. She swallows. He tilts his head, eyes narrowing. Tell me, maid, are you brave? She shakes her head quickly. No, sir. I'm just doing what I can. Morano's lips lift, not a smile. A knowing smirk. Liar. Her breath catches. He steps even closer, lowering his voice so only she can hear. Fear doesn't make people useful. Fire does. Talia doesn't know what to say. She only knows her heart won't slow down. For Morano, it's worse. He hates complications. He hates surprises. He hates emotions he can't control. Yet here she is, a trembling maid with soft eyes, standing in front of a man who feels nothing and making him feel something, but not love, not tenderness, something far more dangerous. Curiosity, pull, a connection he does not want but cannot stop. He turns away sharply, almost irritated with himself. Stay close, he orders. If you're going to save my empire, I need to know how far you're willing to go. Talia exhales shakily, because she can feel it too. The shift, the tension, the invisible thread tying them together. Not romantic, not gentle, but intense enough to change everything. Morano's words, "You're keeping me alive," barely fade when a soft click echoes above them. Morano reacts first. Down. He pulls Talia to the side just as a small metal dart shoots from the vent and hits the wall. No explosion. No noise. A silent kill shot. Talia's breath shatters. Morano picks up the dart, eyes darkening. Poison. She stares at him, trembling. "That was meant for you?" He looks at her, slowly, intensely. "No." A beat. "It was aimed at you." Her heart stops. Morano steps closer, his voice low, controlled. "They know you're helping me now. Killing you is easier than killing me." For the first time, there's no mockery in his tone. Only recognition. Value. "You saved my life twice," he says quietly. "Now they're trying to take yours." Talia swallows hard, fighting fear. Morano's gaze sharpens. "Stay close, Maid." A pause, softer. "You matter more than they think." And just like that, the traitor's attempt forces Morano to face a truth he didn't want. Talia isn't a pawn anymore. She's the piece someone is desperate to remove. Talia's breath is still shaky from the assassination attempt when Morano turns to leave, but she stops him with a quiet, broken whisper. "I didn't help you for money." Morano pauses. He never pauses. Talia's hands tremble at her sides, but she pushes the words out anyway. Soft, vulnerable, real. "My mother is dying, and my siblings barely eat." She swallows hard. "I took this risk because I'm desperate, not brave." Morano turns fully now, the poison dart still in his hand. His expression shifts. Not soft, not gentle, but something less cold. Like a crack in the armor he never removes. Talia lowers her gaze. "I don't have anyone else to fight for." A long silence fills the space. Morano watches her. The maid he mocked, insulted, dismissed. The girl who saved him twice. The girl someone just tried to kill. For a brief second, his voice loses its edge. Talia. Just her name. No insult after it. No command. She looks up, eyes wet. Morano's jaw tightens. Almost like seeing her cry does something he doesn't understand and doesn't like. "Your life shouldn't look like this," he mutters quietly. It's not pity. It's not kindness. It's something deeper, a reluctant pull he's trying to ignore. Talia wipes her tears quickly, embarrassed. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burden you." Morano steps closer, eyes sharp. "You saved my empire twice tonight." A breath. "You're not a burden." Her chest tightens. For someone like Morano Vale. That is softness. A softness he rarely shows anyone. He looks away, as if annoyed with himself for even sounding human. "Fixing your problems wasn't part of the deal," he says, voice trying to return to its usual cold tone. "But I don't ignore people who bleed for me." Talia nods quietly, surprised. Morano steps past her, but before leaving, he adds, low and grudging, "Your family will handle it." It isn't a promise. It isn't compassion. It's something more dangerous. Morano's last words, "Your family will handle it," are still warm in Talia's chest when the alarms cut through the compound. Sharp, urgent, wrong. Morano turns instantly. His men rush down the hall, shouting fragments. The server room, it's gone. All backups wiped. The traitor beat us to it. Talia watches Morano's expression harden into something lethal. Key evidence. Every file they needed to expose the traitor. Every plan Talia helped piece together. Destroyed. Morano's empire doesn't just shake. It drops to its knees. Talia steps forward, voice trembling. What does that mean?" Morano doesn't sugarcoat. "It means they're winning." Before she can reply, a guard rushes toward them, breathless. "Boss, the hit order is out." Morano's jaw tightens. "On who?" The guard hesitates, then looks at Talia. Her heart stops. "The maid." The words echo inside her like a punch. Morano steps in front of her before she even moves, voice dropping into a deadly growl. Who approved that? Your inner circle, the guard answers. They think she's the leak. They think she's the reason the empire is crumbling. Talia's knees weaken. She presses her back to the wall, trying to breathe. Morano's eyes flash with something she's never seen from him. Fear. Not for himself. For her. He grabs her wrist. You're not going anywhere alone. But then another report arrives. Boss, the traitor took the docks. If we don't move now, we lose everything. 2 threats. 2 directions. His empire. Or Talia. For the first time, Morano doesn't answer immediately. His men watch him. The hallway hums with pressure. Talia shakes her head, voice small. Go. Go save your people. Morano turns sharply to her. If I leave you, you die. If you stay with me, she whispers, you lose everything. Silence stretches. Morano Vale, the feared, cold, untouchable mafia boss, stands trapped between the world he built and the girl he never expected to need. His jaw clenches. His decision weighs in his eyes. Empire. Or her. Talia uncovers a hidden trail in the hotel archives. The one weakness of the traitor nobody noticed. Old files, forgotten camera logs, and mismatched timestamps form a pattern only someone as observant as her could piece together. She freezes. One document, one signature, one careless detail the traitor never imagined anyone would catch. Footsteps echo behind her. Morano steps in, eyes sharp as a blade. Talia holds up the file, voice low but steady. They weren't working alone. This goes higher, much higher. Morano's jaw tightens, because he recognizes the name on the page. Talia lays out the plan, quiet, precise, and dangerous enough to get them both killed. A high-risk infiltration. No backup. No second chances. Morano studies her, the file with the traitor's name still burning in his hand. You're asking me to trust you with my life, he says. Talia meets his gaze without flinching. No, I'm asking you to trust me with your empire. A long beat. Then Morano nods, slow, deliberate, surrendering control in a way he has never done with anyone. Fine, he murmurs. Lead the way. Talia moves first. Every hallway, every service door, every blind spot in the hotel. She knows them better than anyone. Years of being invisible taught her how to survive in silence. And now, how to strike in silence. Morano watches her slip through danger with a steadiness no maid should possess. But that's the thing. Her courage wasn't born from power. It came from fear sharpened into purpose. From a mother dying at home. From siblings who sleep hungry. From a life where no one ever stood up for her. So she learned to stand up for herself. And tonight, for the first time, she isn't trembling. She's choosing bravery. Talia disables the traitor's surveillance, reroutes guards, and clears Morano's path until the final confrontation explodes in the penthouse. Morano faces the traitor. The betrayal is ugly. The fight is brutal but not grotesque, quick, decisive, fueled by fury and cold precision. When the traitor falls, the empire steadies. Morano's men return. Order returns. Control returns. But the moment he turns and finds Talia, breathless, resolute, still standing, that's when he realizes. His empire was retaken because a maid dared to be braver than any soldier he ever trusted. The penthouse finally quiets. Smoke settling. Footsteps fading. Morano turns to Talia, still steady, still unbroken. He keeps his word. A briefcase of money. A protection order for her family. A promise sealed with the weight only a mafia king can command. But Talia steps back. She shakes her head. She doesn't reach for the stacks of cash. She only says one thing. Just make sure they're safe. That's enough. Morano studies her. This girl who walked through fire. Who saved an empire she never belonged to. Who could take riches but chooses responsibility instead. For a man used to greed, betrayal, and hunger for power. Her refusal is the rarest thing he's ever seen. And for the first time, His respect for her becomes something unspoken, quiet, and dangerous. Talia gathers the little she owns. No luxury, no bodyguards, no briefcase of money. Just freedom. She stands at the hotel's back exit, the one no guests ever use. Morano is there, not blocking her path, not commanding, just watching. The man who once mocked her now speaks quietly, almost reluctantly. You're walking out of a world people die trying to leave. Talia meets his eyes. That's why I'm leaving now. A beat. Something unspoken passes between them. Respect, conflict, something neither dares name. Morano steps aside. No threats, no deals, no chains. As she walks away, she doesn't look back. But Morano does. For the first time in years, letting someone go feels like loss. Talia's new life blooms gently, almost unreal in its peace. Morning sunlight warms the small apartment. Her little brother sits at the table drawing superheroes, his laughter echoing through the space. His surgery, once a death sentence hanging over her family, is now just a memory. His health is stable. His future is safe. They move to a quieter neighborhood, far from Volcrest Hotel and the shadows that once stalked her nights. Talia finally has what she once believed she would never taste. Safety, stability, and room to breathe. No more fear of the next bill. No more staring at hospital walls. No more living on scraps and exhaustion. Just life. A soft knock touches the door. Not rushed. Not dangerous. Just intentional. Talia opens it, and her world stills. Morano stands there. Alive. Sharper. More controlled than she remembers, but with an unfamiliar softness in his eyes. Her brother peers from behind her legs, whispering, "Is that the man who helped us?" Morano hears it. He doesn't react outwardly, but something tightens in his expression. He looks at Talia, really looks. "You rebuilt everything," he says quietly. Not judgment, just recognition. Talia nods, steady, grounded, changed. Morano steps closer, voice low. "I came to see the woman who saved my life, and saved her own." For the first time, there are no contracts between them, no blood debts, no empire pressing its weight on their shoulders. Just two people, standing at the edge of something neither of them knows how to name yet. And the door remains open. The silence settles around them. Warm, heavy, impossible to ignore. Talia's hand rests on the doorframe. Steady, yet not steady at all. Morano looks at her with an expression she has never seen on him. Not anger, not control, but something raw and unguarded. His voice comes low, almost reluctant, as though admitting this is more dangerous than any bullet he has ever faced. "You saved my empire." A slow breath escapes him. "And ruined my heart." Talia's chest tightens. She turns her face slightly, trying to hide the emotion rising in her eyes. The emotion she swore she had buried. Behind her, her brother laughs at something on TV. A simple sound. A safe sound. A reminder of the quiet world she built. Morano steps back just enough to show he understands. This is her space. Her peace. Her life. But his eyes never leave hers. No demand. No plea. Just truth. A truth that lands between them like a confession neither of them planned to speak. Talia swallows hard. She doesn't answer. Because some feelings are too big for words. Too new. Too fragile. And as they stand there, the world holds its breath. Two lives changed. Two hearts bruised, but still beating. Not lovers. Not strangers. Something in between. Something real. The night before, Morano left her apartment after only a few minutes. Calm, controlled, and silent. He didn't linger. He didn't stay. But he didn't sleep either. And by the next evening, he finds himself standing outside her new home again. Unplanned, uninvited, drawn by something he doesn't understand. Talia opens the door, surprised. Morano? He looks different this time. Not wounded. Not threatened. Just a man carrying a truth he tried to ignore for 24 hours. The setting sun washes the hallway in soft gold as he speaks. You saved my empire and ruined my heart. No request, no promise, no demand, just honesty. Talia's breath catches, not because she plans to love him back, but because something between them has shifted forever. He steps away slowly, giving her space, giving himself clarity. No marriage, no fairy tale, just a bond that refuses to break. Quiet, powerful, unforgettable. A perfect bittersweet ending. If this story touched you, if you felt the fear, the tension, the emotion, then don't leave quietly. Like the video, share it with someone who loves powerful stories, and subscribe so you never miss the next one. Your comments keep this channel alive. So tell me what moment hit you the most. I'm always reading, always listening. See you in the next story.